Every visit by a US president to India is always a mix of optics and substance. So in that sense, US President Donald Trump's visit to India, 36 hours in which he goes to Agra, to Ahmedabad, and to Delhi, is no different, except that we are seeing a much larger hype, if you like, a much greater expectation from the joint rally he's going to have with Prime Minister Modi at the Motera Stadium. The government itself says we've had these joint rallies in the past, but never on such a large scale. Regardless of whether the numbers that are somewhere between 1 lakh, which the government is speaking about, and the 7 million or 70 lakhs that Mr. Trump is speaking about, it will be an important spectacle, not just for India and the US, but for the rest of the world to see these men together in front of all these people. In terms of substance, I would say that a lot of it is a work in progress. But straight away, I think the regional context for India, when it comes to the Indo-Pacific and its maritime security, and when it comes to Afghanistan, will be uppermost in the mind when it comes to talking about which strategic ties are going to be taken forward. There are certainly some bilateral deals. We understand some MOUs. Defense purchases of about $2 to $3 billion are likely to be announced, but those are not enough to merit a huge focus during the president's visit. I think what's going to be important is the picture of these two men together with this large crowd, and also the strategic ties that will come out of this visit. Remember, whether it's been President Obama, President Bush, President Clinton, and even before that, whenever there's been a US president in India, we have seen a large leap being taken in Indo-US ties, particularly when it comes to the world stage, and I expect this one will be no different. There's no way to dress up the disappointment over the fact that a trade deal is still elusive when it comes to India and the US. Because remember, negotiators have been at it for 2 years, ever since the US first announced a review of India's GSP status and then withdrew India's GSP status. Indian and US negotiators have been meeting. The two top trade negotiators, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal and the US Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer, have met. There was a last-minute air dash by Mr. Goyal to the US in the hopes that the deal could be wrapped up in last September. We understand in the run-up to this visit that deal is still not done. Even a mini deal is still not done. There is a small chance that Mr. Lighthizer will come to Delhi and something will be announced when it comes to trade.